week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
What's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunched with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joseph Spidey Parker and Filip Hrgovic. Get this. Joseph Parker offered the IBF Eliminator fight with Croatia's Filip Hrgovic. New Zealand's heavyweight Joseph Parker has reportedly been offered an IBF Eliminator fight with Croatia's Filip Hrgovic, which could potentially pave the way for another crack at the world title. American boxing writer Dan Rafael reported on the social media on Tuesday that the Cuba's Luis Ortiz had turned down a fight with Hrgovic and that Parker as the next contender in the rankings. He had until Friday to decide whether he's going to fight the Croatian. Excuse me. Luis Ortiz on Friday, after knocking out Charles Martin in an IBF semifinal eliminator. Now I'm coming for everybody in the heavyweight division. As we know, he said, anyone aspiring to have a crack at Alexander Usyk's IBF title must first face Hrgovic, 2016 Rio Olympic Games bronze medalist. A report on Britain's Sky Sports website claimed that Parker, who beat Chisora, he says, has now emerged as the most likely opponent. Okay. Parker's manager raised a number of options for Parker, including an IBF with Hrgovic, Joe Joyce, and rematches with Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte. Higgins conceded the Parker camp had to consider risk and reward carefully for a fight against Hrgovic, who has a comparatively low profile, but with his size and promise represents a significant risk and is seen as a dark horse in the division who people are avoiding. Of course, Hrgovic is 29 years old and he's like 6'6". Okay, Parker's like 6'2". Both 29 years of age. What do I feel about this? Off the top of my head, man, I see another duck. I'm serious. Reading what I just read, what Joseph Parker's manager said about, Andy Ruiz rematch, which I'm not against. Joe Joyce, Andy Ruiz, which I already said that. But I think, and they're saying, well, we have to use risk versus reward. When you hear stuff like that, that's a dead giveaway to let you know that somebody is going to duck. You know what I mean? That the duck is pretty much placed in its position. Okay. Filip Hrgovic is a guy, 14-0, 12 KOs, 6'6". I remember Hrgovic when he sparred Wilder back in the day. And I seen what a promising young talent. Now he's almost 30 years of age and he hasn't got a fight with anybody. When every time you hear a dark horse, that's not a good sign. That means someone that's in the back, in the backdrop, waiting to do damage. And I don't think Joseph Parker will take that fight. He definitely has the experience. He's fought Dillian Whyte, he's fought Chisora twice, he's fought Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? So he's been in there with, quite a few guys, but him taking a fight with Hrgovic, I don't think, especially if they can make more money. They can make more money with fighting Joe Joyce, or a rematch with Andy Ruiz will more than likely be way more money than fighting Hrgovic, okay, for an eliminator. I don't see it happening. You know what I mean? And I just look, this is going to be a duck with no explanation on why. Just, hey, the risk or the reward wasn't as high as the risk. So therefore, we decided to do something else. That's more than likely what they're going to do. If he fights Andy Ruiz, I won't be mad about it. What I would be disappointed at Joseph Parker for doing is not taking that fight and fighting someone else that we never heard of. Okay, that would be bad. Okay, so basically, it's between a rock and a hard place. But if you don't take either, that's the problem. Okay. I would like to see the fight. I would like to see how Joseph Parker deals with, taller guys. But, Junior Fall was pretty tall. So I think, again, he does have the experience over Hrgovic. But will Hrgovic, be strong enough with his height and size, to inflict pain or damage to overcome Joseph Parker? Because Joseph Parker can and has had the reputation of being outworked. And I think Hrgovic is that type of fighter that will inflict that type of pressure to outwork his opponent. So, but it's up to him and his team. I wouldn't be surprised, again, if he didn't take it, because I don't think Joseph Parker, at this stage of his career, I don't think they're aggressive with putting him in there with dangerous opponents or dangerous opposition. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the IBF now choosing Joseph Parker as the next contender. Of course, please subscribe. Tell me what you think. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.